Well then, seems we're back again here after another successful time leap. Jeez, that last one was brutal. I was on edge all the time and stuff happened. Because somehow in the back of your head you know that things can happen anytime, but the way it just was performed. I braced myself, I knew what was coming, and still, it took me by surprise. Writer claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has that same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years? I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Crusoe, time leaping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory.
Juicy karage #1.
Oh jeez, my heart can take this. Are you singing her chicken song? So she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store instead of her usual juicy chicken #1. She had to switch because she can't warm frozen chicken in the microwave. She's now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Why are you still in the lab? That's what he did. Instead of 4 hours, he went back 5 hours. That's really smart. I didn't think of that. But still, when you think about it, CERN is everywhere. I don't even know how many people they have stationed in Akiba, but apparently they know Ocarina's every move, and even if they don't, then it seems just that fate doesn't want Mary to live. I mean, that whole subway accident, quotations. I'm not even sure what happened there. But what the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I force myself to recall that horrifying scene. Mary died again. This time it happened at Jin Okanomizu Station, the place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. It was pushed by Mr. Brown's little girl. And also the way her eyes looked at that time. Something's up. I just know. Nojinai pushed her onto the tracks where the train tore to shreds. Could Nai be working for CERN too? No, that can't be right. Nai has the habit of jumping on Mari and greeting. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. What if this indeed was an accident, but also CERN knew that if they went to this subway station that then this was going to happen, so it was basically the same outcome as the previous one, so that's why CERN didn't pursue them, I think. But why did she choose that precise moment? I don't know. I sense malice. Who's malice? It's like fate is playing with a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Myri. I will do whatever it takes to find a way. I hope so. Okay, not even thinking about telling Daru or Crusoe. I was also speaking to some people about my thoughts so far, and it's so interesting, I would say, that although I've been playing this game for more than 30 hours, there are still aspects to most characters that makes them mysterious and hard to trust. This time, we hit a taxi to Churidori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mary comes along quietly. I considered taking her home to Ikuro, but Monka's group might be watching our house. I have no idea where they are at this point in time. Oh, I think that they've been watching you for days. Also, the one thing I found very, very suspicious, and I really don't want to since I want to trust Kurusu, but on the day before this shit happened, she was somehow on the phone. And we didn't know with whom, so... timing is too convenient. Instead, ask the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, oh jeez, we can't seem to catch a break, can we? The traffic isn't usually heavy. The driver says it's never been this bad before. There must be an obstruction up ahead, an accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We've made it out of Akiba, but at this rate, it will take forever to reach Shinagawa. I started getting off here and taking the train, but then I remember what happened at Nimizu station. Jeez, I'm sorry about mispronouncing those names. I have a bad feeling about this. I've been having bad feelings for hours now. Traffic jam could be CERN's doing. I look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a CERN agent. 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to the conversation I overheard between a driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. So, certain people are just searching car by car. Has to be. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be a police inspection and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. They must be inspecting every car. To make matters worse, this road has already been closed off and the cars behind us are being detoured. There are only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I find the malice of fate manipulating the situation. Is Mairi going to die again? If I had known it was going to turn out like this, I'd have this to taxi hours ago. I have the feeling that because CERN has a time machine, that they somehow know, like the whole, let me rephrase, the whole parallel world situation where when Ocarina makes a choice and does something, the world line branches off to A, and if he doesn't, the world line branches off to B. I think that CERN somehow knows most world lines and so knows every outcome that Ocarina might undertake. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get up right now. Just then, someone knocks on the window. Our taxi is stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets next to Mayuri. What? He's holding a knife. Not an assassin? Before she can reply, the man covers Mayuri's mouth with a large meaty hand. I try to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. God. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Body twitches. Again. This is insane. It seems that Oakley just can't win. This is the 5th time that Marius died. And like I said, it seems that CERN or fate or Whatever you want to call it, is just prepared for every outcome. It all happens so fast. The man sinks her knife into Mari's chest. But why target Mari? Always. They're always targeting her. I know that Mari is in fact Oglin's weak point because she's his childhood friend. So, why? Red spots stains her clothes.
声を出すな、岡部倫太郎。
Man, who's that Mayuri? Thanks, game. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points a gun at the driver and says something to him. Tank drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. Damn it, now we can't get out. We can't go back. To leap again. Tear rolls down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. I can feel her last breath against my skin. Killed her again. Why? Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Olga? CERN? Or does the world itself wait for Mayuri's death? Oh, if that all subway accident, it would sure seem that way. I would accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. He falls back. I shout to the driver. I crawl out of the taxi and take off running through the traffic jam. After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Luckily, the time machine is still there. I have to leap again. Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clutch my head and my brain for an answer. Feel like I've hit a dead end. Yeah. I mean, streets aren't safe, trains aren't safe, subway isn't safe, cars aren't safe. What do I do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her?
無理なものか。絶対に助けてやる。
何のこと？
Oh, Mayuri. Mayuri's blank stare is the only answer I get. This time, I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Mayuri 6 hours from now. Without any proof that there's something after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I always said I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Nomizi or Shinbashi again. Maybe this time she won't die, but I don't have the courage to try those words again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. We're running out of options. Subways, trains, and taxis, all out. Attempting escape by those means will get Mary killed, so my heart tells me. Perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I've seen her die half a dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. Can't go through that again. We take refuge in the Bashi camera. I thought we could keep hiding there indefinitely, but just after 7, we hear an explosion in front of the station. What? The Bashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the store. Really? Somehow I think that CERN just blew that station up in order to force an evacuation of the area. I used that as an excuse to sweep the place, to find Ocarina and Mayuri. And I tried to explain the situation, and officer shouts, "Terrorist!" and pulls his gun. This can't be happening. This can't be this isn't America. Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. It happens so fast. What? 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 What the? Okay, this isn't just CERN that wants her dead. I mean, Mocha killed her 3 times. There was that one freak accident. Not the assassin that killed her, and now some random policeman. Is that policeman also undercover as a CERN operative, or is it just that the world wants Mayuri dead? That the world wants her dead? I don't know anymore. I don't know if it was. Oh, I love how I'm thinking. I swear I'm playing this blind, but I love the way this is written. I mean, you think the same things as Ocarina at this moment. I don't know if he was a real policeman or a CERN assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri. Also, I also need to collect my thoughts. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. Right, I'm wondering why, if the time leap machine and Ocarina and friends are in danger to CERN to the point that they want them dead, why do they allow Ocarina to use the time leap machine? That's so suspicious. This time, I don't leap into action immediately. Instead, I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. Every time I try to save Mayuri, it ends in the worst possible way. To make matters worse, and I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. And I'm still wondering why that one word is just grayed out. So cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first, I thought it was Mocha and her hit squad sent by CERN to steal our time machine. But as I leapt back in time again and again, the cause of Mayuri's death kept changing. Oh my god, I just thought of something. I just realized these situations where Mayuri dies every time seem so weird. What if somehow the first time when Mocha showed up, Mayuri was supposed to die and her subsequent deaths were just the deaths that are caused by the world line somehow correcting itself, or wanting to correct itself, because every time we send a demon to the past, and I've said this before, we've changed the world lines because we changed the world around us, but this time we leapt back in time, but we stayed onto the same world line. That's it. Etchin. Okanomi's station, she died because Nate pushed her off the platform. Train had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I leave, she dies a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour and I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me. Who can I ask? So, please. Tell your phone call to someone as sketchy as hell, but I want to trust you, so please. I'm the only person in history to live through time. No, there's one more. John Titer. Okay, that works too. Maybe John Titer is at this point an even more safe option than Carissa. But he is not replying to my emails anymore. And he hasn't posted on our channel in days. Sisu has connected somehow. I'm not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decide not to run this time. Instead, I take a different approach. Strike first. Send Moika an email. I need to talk to you about our time machine. Meet me alone.